Hi, my name is Lynette. I am a quantum anthropologist, NLP practitioner, and metaphor coach. Right now, I want to share you another slice of my signature program, Quantum Grammology, Positive Transformations Through the Language of Vibrational Frequency and Form. Today, I want to say something specifically about time and the language that we use to describe time and the powerful impact that that can have on our day-to-day reality. The three most well-known tenses are past, present, and future, but each of those have an additional nuance of temporal meaning. You probably don't always realize when you're speaking, for example, in the present perfect, in the past continuous, or in the future simple. But for today, I just want to touch upon the three main tenses of past, present, and future as they're universally understood. So in this unprecedented paradigm, we have to become awakened, don't we, to our agency and our power, our sovereignty, and the power of our individual and collective now moments. So whilst our individual and collective pasts hold relevance and significance for sure, we should be mindful of the weight of attention that we distribute and allow to the narrative of the past versus the narrative of our present and the impact that then has on our future. If we look back with the language energetic resonance, we are distributing pockets of our energy there. So we do this, if we do this with sentimentality, fondness, learning, recognition, realization, that's a light energy. This frequency is able to inform and empower both our present and our future experience. Whilst heavier energy, such as regret, longing, shame, resentment, can, in their density, anchor our positive reality. And the consequence of that is that we will be inclined to loop, drag, or replicate our experiential reality. And this is because our subconscious and our cellular functioning, if you remember, does not recognize or understand the difference in our signal in terms of time. So we need to be ever mindful when we are structuring our sentences in terms of temporal reference. How then can we most effectively use the notion of time frame in our speech to acknowledge our truths, but then create leverage into recognition and recovery? Well, by using tenses like the present perfect, which is about speaking about the past, but from the present. Now, this term uses a form of the verb have and been plus the verb in the past. So it honors the experience while still placing the action in the past. For example, so, okay, I recognize that I have been sad. I have been angry. I have felt afraid. So have been sad, have felt worried, have experienced resentfulness. This structure offers the grace of acknowledgement with I have, but then we pivot and transition into the powerful now moment by using and, inclusive conjunction, and follow through with either the present continuous, which offers motion and movement about the present moment, or the present simple, which is used to express fact and habitual reality. So this shifts us into the next phrase, which is one of compassionate acknowledgement, such as, and, so there's our inclusive conjunction, and I am now becoming happy. I am now understanding more about all of this. I am experiencing newfound courage. Statements with motion and continuum using the ing, the ing, the gerund form, or the present simple. So something like, in this now, I allow happiness. I now understand more about all of this. Or I move into my fearlessness. Statements of fact and habit using the base form of the verb, no frills. We call it the infinitive. Okay. Now, the crucial point is that simply in your choosing and your knowing that you are choosing, you are sifting and selecting specifics of grammatical frequency, which signals the body and enters into the consciousness as intention, positively informed intention. So then we're moving into meta intentionals. We are now moving, or we are now making, two kinds of choice. Why? How are we doing this? Because we are consciously selecting grammatical structure by feeling for it, which offers us the highest signal in this powerful now moment. And then we sew this statement into the morphogenic field of time and space by making the informed structural statement. We select, we sew. It's a meta-intentional because we are selecting about selecting. William Drake Whitney, the 19th century linguist, said this: language is audible thinking, the spoken instrumentality of thought. That is to suggest that speech and sound are actually secondary functions of language, and that thought is the generative procedure. That speech and sound are actually secondary functions, and that thought is the generative procedure. So let's select and sew. Let's select and sew in terms of language. My name is Lynette, and you have been listening to Quantum Grammology and Managing Time and Tenses. In my next video, I'll be sharing ways of lightening our verbal footprints through maintaining frequency with linking words. I hope you'll join me for that.